We're back with the Ithaca College football team. The Bombers just defeated Springfield 31-20 in the second round. The Bombers will now move on to the national quarterfinals for the first time since 2003. Joining us, quarterback A.J. Wingfield, defensive back Derek Sluka, wide receiver Billy Tedeschi, head coach Michael Turper. Coach, before questions, do you want to give a statement about today's game?
Yeah, just a lot of credit to Springfield. We knew it was going to be a really physical game, and they're an opportunistic team, and they just did a great job fighting for 4 quarters, and it was a throwback game out there in Butterfield Stadium on the grass, and I think everybody in the stadium can agree that was one of the better games of the season in Division III.
Yeah, Dan, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. In terms of stopping the triple option, obviously holding them to a goose egg in the second half, what adjustments did you make at halftime after Springfield's offense seemed very effective through the first 30 minutes?
That's a great question, and I think our defensive coaches did some really nice things as far as switching up who would be the pitch player, who would be the quarterback player, and we did some things, plug some guys through gaps and things like that really let us play a little bit faster. They certainly still established the dive. They started to adjust to that, and was gaining yards in the second half. But we did a great job being opportunistic and jumping on the balls that were on the ground.
Tommy.
And Coach, you've talked about adversity the whole year. You're down 10-0 early on. What do you think of the way your team responded?
Really impressive. When you throw a pick six in the first drive of the game, usually a lot of quarterbacks could possibly blink or flinch and go in the shell, but our guy, stood tall and just kept playing, and that's, why he's one of our leaders of our team, and we follow him, and he was a cool customer even after that pick six, and our guys just kept playing and kept fighting, and certainly not what you want to do against a triple option team, but our guys were certainly resilient, and I was very proud that they just stayed the course.
Question for Billy. Billy, you some breaking news that you're coming for AJ's job. It seems like you're doing some big passes, big plays. Take me through your mind a little bit when that play comes to the huddle or it comes from the sideline. What's going through your head when you execute that?
So I get to play from the sideline. All the jitters get all hyped up and everything for it, but I just gotta relax, make sure that I get behind the line so it's not a double pass. Then Jalen Osborne, fast kid in the country, track star, just gotta put it out there and let him run under it.
A follow-up question for AJ. You see someone make a big pass like that. What's going through your mind when you see big plays happen from other players?
Well, when he threw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And we called that play, and we had a similar play with Hobart, and touchdown, easy one. And the second I spit it out to Billy, they obviously want to all trigger on Billy, and they did, and I just saw open space, and he's got him. And it's so nice, you know what I mean? It's when you got Jalen running, he's going to put it out there as much as, you can bust the chops for it. It's a great play. It's an easy way to get a nice touchdown.
Yeah, AJ, not only did you play well under center, but you were trucking into defenders. You caught a 50-50 ball. Talking about your performance a little today, doing everything on all ends of the offense.
Yeah, obviously that didn't start great. And all week a huge thing was possess the ball. Don't give one away. Not on the first drive. Giving one away wasn't where we wanted to go. But I always preach it. If something goes down, keep your head up, stay cool. So I had to do that, and I thought I stayed cool. It kind of made me angry, that play, and I kind of had to step up and, credit the O-line, credit the play caller. It was a lot of space for me to run, and, I did it. I just got to do, my head down sometimes and do that, so.
Derek, this question's for you. 10 tackles today, a 1.5 for loss. Really flying all around today, one of the best games that I've ever seen you have this season, and maybe one of your best games ever. Why were you able to be so effective on that side of the ball today?
I would say it started with practice. We got a really good look. We had some kids that played in the triple option in high school, so we had them running it and working on eye discipline and letting your eyes first, feet second, and then once you saw it, just go. I was excited because usually being free safety, I'm more I can't get involved, but against a triple option team, I got a little closer to the line of scrimmage and could get into the run game. So I was taking advantage of that. It was a fun game. It took a little bit to get ready, but I think eventually we established ourselves. They didn't score in the second half. So.
Jaden and then Jeremy.
Speaking specifically on the defense, holding the Springfield to field goals early on, 2 field goals in the first half, and then a goose egg in the second half. What does it take mental fortitude-wise to be able to allow that there?
That's kind of been us all year. It's one of the things since day one. Third quarter shutout, and then after you third quarter shutout, you want a fourth quarter shutout. But I mean, we have to respond. I mean, we know our offense is high powered, so if we shut them out, we know our offense is gonna go score. So it's like you kind of just gotta stick with it. It's just having poise, and like things aren't always gonna go perfect. They're gonna get long runs. We never saw the triple option before, so you gotta just kind of stick with it. And it's a battle fortitude, like you said.
Yeah.
Coach, I believe you had about 2 or 3 measurements go your way, especially in that second half. So how crucial was the offensive line of those 4th and short, those 3rd and short plays and help keep possession alive?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, it's a game of inches, and for us, it's about just digging a little bit deeper and finding a way to get that extra inch. And certainly those spots could have gone either way. So kudos to Springfield for stepping up tall in those moments too, and really giving a good push on the other side. So, again, we executed a quarterback sneak out of our punt look again, and that's something that we work on a lot, and I'm really impressed with our guys getting just enough there, just enough to get that first down. So two plays that go either way, and really another one that didn't go our way in a spot in a 4th down situation, and somehow we get the ball back in the next play. It's a little bit of football justice there.
Good.
Coach, your first season here as head coach of the Bombers, Justin said it in the beginning of the press conference. First time since 2003, this program's made it back to the quarterfinals. What does it mean to you to really make it this far, be 12-0 at this point, and do it with these guys right here?
That's the thing, doing it with these guys right here who put a lot of work in, and they're so selfless. They love each other so much. It's a we over me team without a doubt. And, we keep talking about clarity, confidence, and belief. And clarity and confidence is built throughout the week, and then just believing for 4 quarters. And we've just been able to do that week by week, and just have each week and each day independent of itself. So it's a joy to be still with these guys. I think it's where you don't really reflect on the season at this point. You just think about being together again tomorrow on Sunday, and then being together again after their day off on Monday, coming back and having an awesome Tuesday practice. So I'm just proud of them and their ability to just keep their head down and just keep going forward and not getting their head too big on what happened the week before.
All right, I'll ask one. So, Coach, we had a couple conversations this week when you were just talking about Springfield, how difficult it is to play against the option, and they were the number 1 team in the country in time of possession, and they were the number 1 team in the country in fewest tackles for loss allowed this season. They were averaging around 35 minutes a game. You held them to 24 minutes of time of possession, and you had 10 tackles for loss today. You want to just talk about just the defensive effort, what they put in to really keep Springfield out of really their rhythm of what they do.
2 moments in the game that you can think about that really affected that time of possession. The first drive of the second half, getting them to go 3 and out was incredible. I think that gave our team a lot of life going into the second half with our offense getting the ball after a nice kickoff. And then that second to last drive by our offense, when we kicked that field goal, we had the ball for a long time there. And when a team knows you're running the ball and you run the ball, that says a lot about the heart and the grit, about the physicality that we play with up front. And we talk about being able to run the ball in big games to win games, and especially when a team knows you're running it, man, for being able to have a successful drive like that and kick that field goal from the 1-yard line left hash is a huge credit to our offensive line and our offense in general. And then defensively, great job by our coaches coming up with some schemes where we could get some run-throughs and make sure that we get those TFLs. And we knew getting them behind the chains is something that they don't like to be in, and they're not in it many times. So, again, just a real credit to our coaching staff and our players for going out there and executing what we talked about all week.
Anything else? One more, Dan.
How does it feel to potentially
We'll ask Jalen one. I don't see Jalen.
How does it feel as of right now? It looks like you're going to be facing the number 1 team in the country next week.
Yeah, right now I want our guys to just take a breath and enjoy this one and really dig deep to figure out why we won this game. And it has really, has something to do with this guy being super fast to the left of me, but it also has a lot to do with our competitive stamina and our ability to just keep playing the next play. So I want our guys to kind of reflect on this for the next 24 hours before we move on to our next opponent. We know it's going to be a tough match. You're in the Elite 8. You're one of 8 teams still playing right now. So anybody that we play is going to be really tough, and it just happens to be North Central, who's out there in Chicago, who have done some great things over the last few years. So, but our guys are going to enjoy this one. They deserve it, and hopefully we get back tomorrow and click our minds over to whoever that opponent is. If it's North Central, if that's what you're telling me, that's great. Next opponent.
Jalen Osborne's now joining us. Who wants to ask Jalen a question? Jaden.
Take it.
Yeah.
I think perfect metaphor. Showed up late to the party, maybe just a little bit, and also similar to how the season went, waiting for you to get to the end zone, and finally able to do so in postseason. Do it 3 times today. It's surprising to see hats thrown onto the field for a hat trick. Explain the day for yourself, maybe through your eyes, being able to get to the end zone what you did.
I feel like the team had to face a lot of adversity. We got good coach, play calls, team, just great team win.
He had a great week of practice too. I'm not gonna say it, but I mean, it's like, you know, we've been so impressed with his. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in on this one.
It's all good.
You know, he's just come out and practiced so well, and just waiting for his opportunities, and you know, he built his confidence in himself, and you know, I'm just so proud of him because of the way he practices. It's finally showing in the game. You know, all that work he's put in from Tuesday to Friday every week.
All right. You want to ask one more?
One for Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaden asked Billy what went through his head when he saw that play call for that trick play. What's going through your head when you see those signals on the sideline? You're like, oh man, this worked against Hobart. Let's hope it works again. What's going through your head?
I mean, me and Bill like practice all the time. Practice works 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
And like our chemistry's like really good, so gotta run out for it. So
I have one final question. Who was the MVP during practice of the pumpkin eating guys?
Steve Sorvella.
Close. Steve Sorvella.
Wish you got to see that one.
He's a machine. He's got a competitive eating background, without a doubt. Joey Chestnut, watch out.
Yeah, that's a good one, Ed. Hey, congratulations, guys. You're off to the national quarterfinals. Just one of 8 teams that are going to be left playing Division III college football. Congrats.
Thank you.